I'm exhilarated from making my first YouTube video, and I'm taking a crack at another one, and I've decided to make this a simpler video about a word that you're going to be hearing a lot on my channel if you decide to stick with it. Yeah. And this word is subtext. SUBTEXT, subtext. And this word is a screenwriting word, I believe. And I'll try to explain it to you as simply as I can. I came across this concept in a book, which I'd highly recommend to anyone who's possibly considering screenwriting, and this book helped me a lot. And I'm actually gonna give you guys a few books, a list of books that have helped me creatively, and I've come up with a lot of interesting ideas which I have put to paper. So I mean, well, at least some of them I have, but no one's perfect, so yeah, I'm gonna keep on trying my best. But I still feel like, because my last time I had around 25 screenplay ideas, so it didn't seem like much to me, but to my cousin it was, and my friends, it seemed like the biggest thing ever. And well, subtext, let's get back to subtext. Subtext is basically what the scene basically wants the viewer to think, like a feeling that basically maybe the viewer has experienced. For example, in this book that I was talking about, which is Story by Robert McKee, which is McKee or McCree, I'm not sure, but I think it's McKee. Yeah, forgive my ignorance, but I'm pretty sure it's McKee for sure. And he was, for those of you who've watched the movie, for those of you who've watched the movie, it was about the Nicolas Cage one with Charlie, the one that Charlie Kaufman wrote. What was it? I think it was, no, it wasn't. What am I? I'm not sure. Nicolas Cage, Robert McKee researched it, and Charlie Kaufman. So yeah, Nicolas Cage is really fat in this movie, and he has red hair, so you can't miss it. Yeah, so what subtext means is when you watch a scene, and then, okay, I'll give you an example. Like in the movie by Billy Wilder, what was it? The 7-Year Itch. There's this one scene where the husband comes home, and now he knows that his wife's not home, and he's like, he calls out his wife's name and his daughter's name, and something that I'm sure all of us have done when our families aren't home, and we have the house to ourselves, and we know that some shit's gonna go down this weekend, which hopefully it will. And basically the subtext behind that scene, which they don't explicitly tell you, is that this man is home and he's enjoying being home alone, even though they don't make it that obvious. That's what subtext is all about, and that's what makes a movie good, because in life we don't have things jumping at our faces. We have things simply defined, and that is the beauty of life, in my opinion. And I'm also oh yeah, yes, you're gonna love this. I'm making a video analogy between Forrest Gump and life, and my life in particular. Yeah, so I really feel like Forrest Gump is an analogy for a human life, and even though that's off topic, well, anyway, that's best what I can describe as subtext. It's throwing something at you visually in a screenplay and allowing you to understand something from it. Whether it's the scene from Barry Lyndon where he's eating his food and he's picking at it with a fork, and they probably did that to Yeah, I know I sound like an art teacher right now, but I feel like they did that just to show you how bad the food tasted to Barry, and while he was in the military regime. I feel like that's the subtext behind the scene. Well, and that's it. So hopefully you'll find subtext in movies more now, like that subtext in Requiem for a Dream for those who've had wayward youths. So there we go. So subtext isn't easy to spot for those people who haven't really don't really can really understand the subtext because been they haven't been what's the word exposed to the idea behind the subtext. Well, thank you for watching and stay tuned and thank you again. Good night.